Hi, I'm Mike Massaro, and welcome as ESPN Classic presents the 1960 middleweight championship fight between Sugar Ray Robinson and Gene Fullmer, the third meeting between these two boxing greats. During his career, Sugar Ray Robinson had plenty of classic rivalries, perhaps the most famous being his six-fight epic against Jake LaMotta. But Robinson's four pitched battles against Fullmer were among the great fights in middleweight history. They first met on January 2nd, 1957, with Robinson, 10 years Fullmer's senior, holding the middleweight belt. The challenger dominated the fight with his aggressive style, knocking down Robinson in the 7th round, and eventually won a 15-round decision. The two fought again 4 months later with a vastly different result. Robinson regained the title for the 4th time with a decisive 5th-round knockout of Fullmer.
I went under the premise that it was better for me to make him worry about what I was doing to him than what he was doing to me. So I put a lot more pressure on him than a normal guy would put on him. And that made him worry more about what I was doing than what he was doing. There was no weakness, really. I mean, he was strong all the way. He was very knowledgeable, and he hit hard, and he hit accurate. If I would keep right on him and take away that movement, then it'd be my advantage and not his.
Their third bout was Robinson's 163rd in a career that spanned 25 years. Coming up, Al Bernstein will give us his perspective on this classic rivalry in his continuing series, Bernstein on Boxing. But we now present the 1960 middleweight championship fight between Sugar Ray Robinson and Gene Fullmer on ESPN Classic.
To the fight of the week. I'm Don Dunphy, your ringside commentator. Tonight, the long-awaited NBA middleweight title bout between champion Gene Fullmer of West Jordan, Utah, and challenger Sugar Ray Robinson of New York City. The bout is the rubber match between the two, Fullmer taking the title from Robinson on decision in January of 1957, and Robinson winning it back by a 5th-round knockout in May of that year. Sugar Ray Robinson is one of the great fighters of all time. In a total of 154 fights, he has won 143, 93 of them by knockouts and 50 by decision. He was outpointed 7 times, fought 2 draws, and 1 no decision. His lone loss by a knockout came when he tried to take the light-heavy crown from Joey Maxim and collapsed from the heat at the end of the 13th round. Robinson was born May 3rd, 1921, is 5 feet 11 inches tall. His ring career spans 20 years. Champion Gene Fullmer has a fine record. His only loss in the last 5.5 years was the KO by Robinson. In 57 fights, Gene has won 52, 29 by decision, and 23 by knockout. He has lost 3 by decision and fought 1 draw. Fullmer was born July 31st, 1931, is 10 years younger than Robinson. He's 5 feet 10. At the weigh-in, supervised by Clayton Fry, Secretary of the California Commission, Fullmer weighed 159, Robinson 158 3/4. In just a few minutes, the 15-round middleweight championship bout between Gene Fullmer and Sugar Ray Robinson will get underway. All right, boxing fans, here we go into the main event, feature attraction, 15 rounds of boxing for the middleweight championship of the world. Presenting to you the officials appointed by the California Athletic Commission, judging at ringside, former great boxer George Latka. Other judge at ringside, popular Lee Grossman. A regular timekeeper at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, Jack Smith. 2 ringside positions in attendance, Dr. Robert Rock and Dr. Jack Eusine. Your referee for this middleweight championship bout will give instructions after the introductions, introducing Tommy Hart. Now presenting to you on my left, out of the white corner, from New York City, New York, wearing white trunks with a black stripe, at 158 3/4 pounds, in the role of the challenger this evening, the former middleweight boxing champion of the world, one of the great Sugar Ray. Presenting to you on my right, out of the black corner, from West Jordan, Utah, also wearing white trunks, black stripe, 159 Now the instructions, referee Tommy Hart.
All right, boys, as much as we've covered the rules in the dressing rooms, I won't belabor the point here. The only thing that I do want to point out, to bring back to your minds a refresher, is that I want a clean break on my oral command. When I say break, each of you step back without holding. Is that understood? All right. This is the World Championship, so let's fight like it. Shake hands now and good luck to both of them.
Scoring here is on the simplified 5 system. The winner of a round gets anywhere from 1 to 5 points. The loser gets nothing. Even rounds are marked by X's. Scoring by 2 judges and a referee. The bell for round 1, 15 rounds. The Los Angeles Sports Arena. Both boys wearing white trunks. Robinson the taller of the two. And that's the way Fullmer likes to fight, in close. He realizes that he can't give Robinson punching range and will try to smother his punches. He's going to rush him all night that way. And the crowd is getting on Fullmer for that. Robinson, with his beautiful combinations, needs wide punching range. The gloves look white. Actually, they're orange. Robinson figures the bout is that he's a matador stabbing a bull, the bull being Fullmer. There is no automatic 8 count on a knockdown, and there is no 3 knockdown rule at any time in California. Robinson has height and reach going for him, and Fullmer has youth. Fullmer has a cut beside the left eye. Fullmer is cut beside the left eye. I wouldn't think the blood would go in the eye, though. 1 minute to go in round 1. Well, the cut looks a little bit worse. Fullmer told me yesterday that he thought Robinson was trying to kid him by playing up his left hook, and that probably Robinson would come at him with right hands. He just threw a good one a moment ago. Round 1. And there's the bell. And in an 18-foot ring, there's the bell for round 2. When Fullmer won in New York, they wore 8-ounce gloves. When Robinson knocked him out in Chicago, they wore 6. Robinson is picking his spot. Fullmer expects Robinson to try to get him mad, so he'll trade with him. Fullmer's best punching power is to the body, by the way. He's never been a good headhunter. Robinson can land them anywhere, and good. Two minutes left in this round. Scheduled for 15 at the Los Angeles Sports Arena. Fullmer is awkwardly clever to use the term of Robinson. The crowd is getting on him. He's not a picture fighter, but nobody ever beats him. Of course, Robinson's the classic fighter. Probably wondering himself if he can roll back the years. About 20 seconds remaining in round 2. Robinson seems to have a cut on his left eyebrow. Now they've both been cut around the left eye. Fullmer's is not showing in this round. There's the bell. The warning whistle is sounded for round number 3 here on the Los Angeles Sports Arena. The NBA middleweight title on the line, the bell. Little to choose between them so far. You'll notice that Fullmer is keeping his hands up high. He's willing to take the body punches to protect the head. Robinson has not opened up with a combination yet. He is famous for his combination punches, lefts and rights. Round 3 is almost half over. You'll notice that Fullmer is going to punish that body all he can. He's got 10 years going for him. Robinson has to look for the opening. Every so often you'll see a real close-up with our Vidicon camera being used for the first time on a prize fight. 1 minute to go in round 3. Funny thing about this, each one knows how the other is going to fight. Question is not to make a mistake. A good bolo by Robinson. And Fullmer's in there with some lusty belts to the midsection. 10 seconds to go in round 3. Warning whistle has sounded for round 4, and there's the bell. Ray Robinson on the left, Fullmer on the right. Fullmer, the NBA middleweight champion. Robinson challenging. Both boys wearing white trunks, which is an unusual thing. Now that body punishment is calculated to do the ex-champion Robinson no good. action is speeding up, as you probably noticed. Robinson landed good. Fullmer took them well. Robinson is looking for another opening, but Fullmer's keeping those clubs up in front of his face. Just about a minute left in round 4. Robinson is scoring heavily, as you see. That left hook was blocked. And he's staying away from Fullmer, too. Seconds left in the round. Robinson brought them up yelling. Only a few seconds left in the round. Fullmer took those punches well. But a big round for Robinson, round 4. There's the bell.
After losing the first fight to Gene Fullmer, there were questions about whether the aging Ray Robinson was near the end of his career. However, he dispelled all doubts with a decisive win over Fullmer in their second fight. Ironically, after that bout, many believed that Fullmer too had peaked and his career was fading. With more on one of boxing's great rivalries, here's Al Bernstein with his continuing series, Bernstein on Boxing.
Sugar Ray Robinson and Gene Fullmer couldn't have been more different. Robinson was an urbanite from Detroit who became the toast of Harlem, and inside the ring often made boxing seem like an art form. Fullmer is a Mormon from Ogden, Utah, who used a great work ethic and brute strength to become a world champion, but always continued to call Utah his home. Their different worlds collided in the ring 4 times, from 1957 to 1961. A world title was always on the line, and the bout that resulted was always scintillating. The series included a devastating knockout, 2 decision wins, and a draw. A potpourri of everything that can happen in a boxing ring. Fullmer, 10 years younger than Robinson, took the series 2-1-1. Many Robinson boosters often point out that Fullmer met Robinson when he was 36 to 41 years old in the series. They claim a younger Robinson would have done better against Fullmer. There is probably truth in that, but to suggest that is the only reason Fullmer had success does him an injustice. He was a true champion. Like Jake LaMotta, Carmen Basilio, and Bobo Olson before him, Gene Fullmer was one of several middleweights who got to share center stage with the great Sugar Ray in a memorable series of fights. For ESPN Classic, I'm Al Bernstein.
3 months after their third fight, the two fought for the 4th and final time in 1961. In that battle, Fullmer retained the title with another 15-round decision. Now let's return to the 1960 middleweight championship bout between Sugar Ray Robinson and Gene Fullmer here on ESPN Classic.
There's the bell, and they're out there again. Robinson on the right, Fullmer on the left. Fullmer has shown signs of picking up the pace the last 2 rounds. Fullmer wants to get in to smother those punches. Ray wants punching room. Open up at the combinations. Fullmer's dropping those hands just a little bit. That could be dangerous. Fullmer is the aggressor, but Robinson is doing the scoring. Fullmer's best have been to the body. They're crushing punches that are bound to take their toll as the fight goes on. Round is half over. Now Fullmer is starting to throw them from back in the backfield. Robinson keeps him off with that jab. He may have hurt Fullmer with that right. Half a minute to go on the round. Fullmer apparently is not hurt. He's throwing hard punches. He hurt Robinson that time. And that's the end of round 6. There's the bell for round 7. Scoring in California on the simplified 5 system. The winner of a round gets anywhere from 1 to 5 points. The loser gets nothing. Even rounds are marked by an X. The referee and 2 judges do the scoring. They both scored there. Robinson's punches are the flashier, but Fullmer throws a crunching punch to the body. Now he's going for the head more than he did in the early rounds. Round 7, half over. Fullmer is doing better defensively now than he did in the last 2 rounds. One minute to go in round 7. Well, he didn't defend that time. You'll notice that Robinson is fighting in flurries now. Fullmer grunted when he dug the body that time. 10 seconds to go in round 7. There's the bell, Serena. Robinson on the left, Fullmer on the right. There have been no knockdowns in the fight. Neither has been seriously hurt. Fullmer's winding up on those body punches. Now he's found a weakness on Robinson. The right hand, Fullmer's right under Robinson's left into that left side. Heavy punches. Well, Fullmer's coming on now. About 45 seconds left in this round. Seconds to go on the round. There's the bell. 5 rounds remaining in the fight. It could be that Robinson is tiring a little. He's not getting away from Fullmer's rushes as he did earlier. That's only a surmise. He may have other ideas. Well, that was solid. And that. The best punch of the fight by Robinson. Now let's see the effect on Fullmer. There have been no knockdowns. Fullmer's nose is bothering him. Fullmer bleeding around the nose and it's bothering him. Putting on a classy exhibition here. 1 minute to go in round 11. Fullmer coming back, however. Now it's a pair sixer. Fullmer has taken heavy punishment here. Fullmer's game, though. Seconds to go in round 11. Big round for Robinson. And there's the bell. Robinson senses he may have him. Fullmer bleeding from the nose, and it is annoying him. Fullmer cut beside the right eye now. Round almost over.
As Sugar Ray Robinson battles Gene Fullmer in December of 1960 for the middleweight championship on ESPN Classic.
There's the bell. There have been no knockdowns. Robinson on the right, Fullmer on the left, both wearing white trunks. minutes to go in this round 13. One minute to go in round 13. Ten seconds to go in round 13. And there's the bell. Wanted for round 14. The middleweight championship bout between Gene Fullmer on the left, Ray Robinson on the right, and Robinson getting off quick. There have been no knockdowns in case you joined us late. California scoring the simplified 5 system. They're landing simultaneously now. Both were hurt that time. By the left eye. Robinson's punches are flashy, but don't forget that Fullmer is scoring heavily too. Gasped with that punch. Robinson turning back the clock about 10 years tonight. About 20 seconds left to go in the round. the bell ending round 14. Listen to the crowd. There have been no knockdowns. There's the bell. Robinson cuts the side and below the left eye. There have been no knockdowns. We keep reminding you that. Robinson had a tremendous round in the 11th. The other rounds were fairly close no matter who won them. Fullmer's coming on. I wonder if he's got enough time. About a minute and 15 seconds left in the fight. This is Fullmer's biggest round. He could have started too late, though. It's up to the officials. Seconds left in the 50th round. No knockdown. He was off balance. And there's the bell ending the fight. It's all over, and look, they're not mad at each other now. We'll have the decision in just a minute. And now Jimmy Lennon is about to announce the result, and after that we'll have an interview with the winner.
A split decision. Judge Lee Grossman at ringside scores at 9-5 in favor of Gene Fullmer. Your referee, Tommy Hart, scores at 11-4 in favor of Sugar Ray Robinson. The deciding ballot cast by Judge George Lett at ringside, 8 points for Robinson, 8 for Fullmer, a draw, still the champion, Gene Fullmer.
It's a draw decision here. Boys, I need both of you. Get them over to the microphone. I'm going to have to interview both of them on a draw decision. Gene Fullmer retains his title here in the Los Angeles Sports Arena. Gene, how do you feel about it now? Congratulations to you. It was a tough one. I thought you had to come from behind. Ray's always in there, and he's always dangerous. And I may have played just a little cautious in those early rounds, Don, because I guess I remember the last time around when he tied me that big one in the 5th round. I didn't want to take that chance, but he's a champion. Well, Gene, did you mind the fact that the crowd seemed to be partisan for Robinson? Oh, no. It's natural. If I'd have been champion 5 times and they hadn't cheered for me, I'd have felt bad. Well, how do you feel about the decision now? Do you feel you won, or do you feel that you're happy to get a draw?
Well, I naturally felt that I won, but that's what we have judges and referees for, to call a decision, and that they thought a draw, why I'll have to go along the way they thought.
Well, Gene, may I say this? You're walking on a tightrope. This is the second draw decision in a title defense for you. It happened with Joey Ciardello last year.
That's right, Don.
Well, does the return bout contract, I might ask Bob Jensen, your manager, what about the return bout contract? Does that cover a draw decision?
No, it's just in case he loses, well, he had a return match.
Oh, what do you think will happen now? Do you think, well, I think Robinson deserves another fight, don't you?
Well, we'll see. I think he'll be running after us like we were running after him before, so I don't think that he'll be getting another return match. Personally, I thought Lawson displayed a great deal of ring salary there for about 3 or 4 rounds. He looked great, but I thought Gene won at least 9 rounds.
Well, Marv, what did you think about Robinson's condition? Did that surprise you?
Well, he had an extra